The next Bitcoin breakout is starting right now, and on today's update video, I have got some very important fundamental analysis that I want to be sharing with you guys out there, which is changing the course of the near future for Bitcoin most certainly. So I will be discussing this, the most important charts, including the fact that we do right now know what the Ethereum ETF fees are, and I will exactly tell you whenever the Ethereum ETF is going to get accepted, what it will do with the price action for Ethereum, the Bitcoin spot ETF inflows, the most important charts on Bitcoin, and many more updates about my trade and about my price targets where Bitcoin is heading towards next. So a lot of things to discuss, so don't forget to once again slap that like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards that imminent short term on Bitcoin. And if you're looking at the imminent short term here on the 30-minute time frame, you can straight away see Bitcoin is creating a new upward sloping support line where we bounced from more than 3 times in a row already. And exactly if you're looking at the downward sloping resistance line, you can see that we got rejected by this level for more than 2 times in a row. And exactly the moment we broke above it, we flipped it into support. And the second touch point as well, we once again flipped this level into support. So if we're going to be looking at the price target of this exact breakout, the price target is laying somewhere around $67,000 US. If I am looking at the Bitcoin price action right now on the 4-hourly time frame, yeah, we've already seen quite a strong push towards the upside, but it doesn't take away that Bitcoin can even go faster towards the upside. But I do quickly want to be pointing out is that currently we are running into quite an important level of resistance, because if I'm looking at this level previously, right, you can see here, it flipped into resistance, then it flipped into support, then we saw this level flipping into support again, flipped into support, provided resistance, and basically the big downtrend started for Bitcoin. So the level which we are currently retesting is not just one exact level, no, it's a box here between $67,000 all the way down to $65,000 US. Yesterday we saw the first rejection from of this region, but to be very clear, we should take this level very seriously, and for Bitcoin to cool off or consolidate sideways for a bit is not bad after seeing a push towards the upside of about 23%, because yes, Bitcoin from low to high has pushed over 23% higher, so some consolidation wouldn't necessarily be bad. And ultimately, if we're going to be breaking above this resistance box right here, Bitcoin is most certainly going to be going much higher. So we do know we already broke that downtrend for Bitcoin, and basically we're still looking at this falling wedge pattern. And the falling wedge price target for Bitcoin is laying way higher. And to be exact, the falling wedge price target is laying around $73,000 to $72,000 US. That is also my first take profit target on my exact Bitcoin trade right here, which is currently in about $270,000 US in profit. Yes, I do really believe that ultimately we're going to be hitting that target, but we just have to be a little bit patient for that here. But before I'm going to be going further in towards the charts, there is something very important you need to understand right now in the market. And the CEO from CryptoQuant basically made this tweet here about stablecoins, and he stated stablecoins are starting to flow back in towards the market. And with their market cap rising since early July, they have just hit new all-time highs last week. And why this is so important, first of all, is because stablecoins inflow, they move the market, because USDT is about 70% of the total market cap. So the more Tether is going to be in circulation, the more higher the prices can inflate. And you can see right here that in the most recent move towards the upside, we saw a significant amount of growth in stablecoins. Then only recently we saw some outflows, but now it looks to be that the tides are changing again. And he said also it may not be much, but the uptrend is clearly noteworthy. And of course, if you want to be making the most amount of money, you need to spot these trends very early. So we're basically seeing an overall more interest in crypto, and that is a very good thing here, and that is why most likely the market is going to be seeing an even further uptick. And this is of course one of the many reasons to be bullish on the market right now. But let me go in towards the second reason, and that is of course the Ethereum spot ETF. Yesterday we got all the data from the fees from the spot Ethereum ETF, and this Friday, guys, so tomorrow, it is approval day for the Ethereum ETF here. Everyone is expecting that tomorrow the Ethereum ETF is going to get accepted. Well, not a lot of people are really talking about this. I do really believe that this is going to be having a big influence on the market, just like it had with Bitcoin, and especially whenever the Ethereum ETF is going to get accepted. I do believe that altcoin season is really going to get started. Ethereum is going to be breaking the downtrend against Bitcoin, and that ultimately altcoins are going to be really flourishing in the coming months ahead of ourselves. And due to the fact that, once again, Grayscale has super high amounts of fees on their ETF, I'm expecting a lot of Ethereum is going to be flowing out of the Grayscale ETF, and it's going to be most likely going all back in towards Fidelity and BlackRock, their ETF, and potentially even ARK. So yeah, that is what we're looking at right now. If we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin ETF, yesterday we saw over $50 million worth of inflows. And yes, guys, if I'm looking at my trade, Bitcoin is just consolidating. There's nothing big happening in the market why I should be panicking about my trade here. I mean, in previous videos, I already explained what I was doing with my trade here. Guys, I have my first take profits target set up around $72,000 where I'm going to be taking 50% profit of my trade here. If you want to be trading yourself, don't forget that if you go to the link description of today's video, press on this link right here, you can currently get a free $500 airdrop position on Bybit, and this is basically a free $500 that you could claim here. So go to the link description of today's video, sign up an account to Bybit to make sure that you are going to be claiming this free $500 airdrop position. It is only valid for another 62 days here, so make sure to be quick and make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. So diving even further in towards the content, we can currently see that still the majority of the liquidity is laying above us, but that is of course a thing I've been telling you ever since Bitcoin was sitting around $54,000. The liquidity is laying above us, so ultimately Bitcoin is going to be grabbing it. But yeah, if you're looking at the bigger perspective, Bitcoin is creating a bull flag pattern. I am looking at this target here right now, this upper sloping resist line, where I think that really Bitcoin is most likely heading towards here. And whenever we're going to be hitting that level, guys, it's laying around $100,000. I think for the next leg towards the upside, we should be looking at this resistance line on the top side. I mean, you can clearly see that Bitcoin had several waves towards the upside, and every single time once it goes in that wave towards the upside, it moves very quickly up and then consolidates for a couple weeks. And this is what we've been seeing right now as well here. So this is the first leg up here, consolidates for weeks sideways, then the next leg up for weeks of consolidation sideways, then next leg up, and now we've also seen weeks and weeks of consolidation. And I do really believe that we are right now ready for that next leg towards the upside. And if I'm going to be looking at my targets, I think that, yeah, realistically speaking, $89,000, guys, is a very interesting level for me, because if you're going to be looking at the Fibonacci extension from the exact low of the market towards the all-time high of Bitcoin and then towards the new low in the market which we just created, the extension targets are laying around the most important extension target is laying around $89,000. And for my full take profit on my trade, I've set it up on $88,000 because at that point I will already make $800,000, and I will just take it because at that point I think the risk for me holding the trade open is only bigger and bigger. But yeah, $89,000 seems like a very realistic target for the next rally towards the upside for Bitcoin. And honestly, the weekly retest is looking good. The fundamental environment for crypto is looking good. The US elections, which is probably going to be electing a crypto favorite president, is going to be also good for the market. And we just can see on the monthly time frame, we're holding up this level and basically indicating and showing us that we are really truly ready for that next move here. We're consolidating for 5 months in a row, and the breakout is just going to be imminent, guys. The breakout is going to be imminent. The longer the consolidation is around all-time highs, the bigger and more explosive that next move is going to be for Bitcoin as well. So I'm getting ready. I hope you are getting ready as well. But guys, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to slap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.